Today we're going to analyze why immigrants came to Texas and where they settled. Hi Tina, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Coach. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. We're going to talk about Stephen F. Austin today. And he was a real estate agent for Texas.
Okay.
Like, you know when your parents go to buy a house and they have somebody they want to talk to about the land and where they want to put your house? Okay, that's kind of like what he did. He was a person who got a lot of land, and he got to help the other families out from different countries that wanted to come over here, but they didn't know where they were going to stay, and they didn't know what they were going to bring. They didn't know what they were going to have if they came over here. So he was the guy that was the person who was going to introduce them into the land and show them the land and show them where their land was going to begin and end. And so that leads me to ask you, why would a person want to come to Texas and leave their country?
Well, for several reasons, I think. And you said that what we're talking about today is analyzing why immigrants would come to the country. And I noticed that on the board up there that you had written that about the TEEX. What was that TEEX again?
It was TEEX 11A. Okay.
Because I remember we talked about that before, but I think for immigrants, it's that they want a better life.
Okay, that's true.
They probably want to probably get a house, or maybe like in some countries they don't have enough land to probably build their own house.
Okay, and those are some things that there was the right answers, and they're also they came to Texas for the land. Okay. Texas has great agricultural land. You can grow all kinds of things on it, and it has so much open area that you can put a whole bunch of cattle, different farming devices. You can do a lot of things with a lot of land. How much do you think an acre cost back then when Stephen Austin was giving out land?
Back in the day, back in the olden days.
Back in the old back when I was a little kid.
Maybe about $100.
You are almost right. It costs 12.5 cents per acre.
Oh wow!
So you can get 2 acres for a quarter.
Okay.
How much? I would like to say that at 2 acres now, if you bought 2 acres now, it would, let's say it's going to be $100,000.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference. So whenever Stephen F. Austin was realting, he had a lot of land for cheap prices.
Yeah.
So that's a big reason why a lot of people would come to Texas to live.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. What would you bring with you when you came from your country? Give me 3 things you would bring. Your most essential things that you think you need to come to Texas and live on this land.
Okay, probably money, but not a lot.
Okay.
Probably like clothes, or maybe, since it's in Texas, maybe a horse.
Okay, that would be pretty useful because
to help.
You can do a lot of things with horses. They can pull things. They can take you places. So you're gonna need a horse for transportation. I know we don't have cars yet because it's way before a car came out. Okay, so a horse.
So this was like back in the pioneer days.
Yes, this was back in 1825, way before we had cars, way before we had buildings, electricity, all these things we didn't have yet. So you needed to bring some things from your country, such as a cow, such as some tools that you can farm with. So because they didn't really have stores, so you have to eat. So you got to grow your own food. So those are good answers. So I like those answers. So you keep thinking about that, because we're going to research your country. We're going to research Stephen F. Austin, and we're going to see why you would leave your country and what everybody else thinks, and why Stephen F. Austin was being the old age realtor that we would call now. How people come and they map off land so that you can come in and build your house. So we're gonna talk about that later on. But right now we're gonna talk about the project that we're gonna do. So you will be able to come and explain to the class why first you moved here. Second, what you would bring. And third, what you would do with the land once you got here.
Okay.
And on this PowerPoint, okay, you have a question?
Yes. When is this due?
This is going to be due on March the 15th.
Okay.
And you can do this in all different ways. You can write a essay.
Okay.
You can do PowerPoint.
I like PowerPoint. I'm pretty good at PowerPoint.
Okay, those are good things. That's going to be thinking out of the box. You're going to get to use a lot of technology in your PowerPoint, so that will be very well. And those things will give you extra points if you go outside of the box on your thinking and doing some critical thinkings. And we're going to give you extra points for those things.
Okay. Now, so you said March the 15th, so that's like a week from today.
Okay, yes, that's like a week from today.
Okay, I got 1 week.
Okay. And we would like to let you know that on your project that you're not gonna have to just stick to one thing. And you can go to the internet and get information.
Okay.
You can ask your mom maybe what are some things that they brought to whenever they came here for their first time to come here. You could also interview your dad, because didn't you say your dad was from out of the country?
Yes, he was.
And so maybe he brought some things, and so you can interview him and quote him on some things inside of your paper to let us know. Oh, okay. Well, your dad brought these things. These are some very essential things that he brought, and things like that.
My heritage is from Scotland.
Oh, you're from Scotland?
Yes.
Okay. And so we would like to, a lot of people came here from Scotland also to come to Texas because they had different religion. They had with democracy. Okay. People came from Scotland because Texas had a lot of jobs. You could get new working. So these are things that I want you to research and look up so that you'll know whenever you come back to do your project that you put all these things into your project and let everybody know, because we're gonna present them to the class. And these are some things that's it. That's all we're gonna do.
Okay. Well, so can I work with a friend?
Okay. Right now, I don't want you to work with a friend on your outline. I want you to get your outline first, and then we're going to have time to where we can do group conversation and group of talking, so you can come together and think of some different ideas with your group, and then we'll go further into instruction after that.
Okay.
Any more? And my objective again was to analyze why immigrant groups came to Texas and where they settled. Okay. Any questions, anybody?
Well, just that when I'm analyzing this, I'm breaking it down. I'm trying to understand this, but with the research and with the activities that you got, right?
Yes, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
If you have any questions, feel free to come to my desk and talk to me and ask me any questions you need. And I also will be after school to help you out in the any further questions that you need.
Okay, because as we work on individually, can I raise my hand and you'll come ask?
Yes. I'll come around the room periodically just to see what everybody's doing, so I can help you out.
Okay.
And just feel free to ask questions if you have any.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.